Good morning. Today is the day after the last time I spoke to you. Just kidding. It is July 27th. And yesterday I talked to you about why choose Scentsy. And there was some concept that I said I was going to touch base on, and I didn't, because I kind of went in a direction more of just kind of focusing more on our company. And but I did think that it was important that I mentioned the different types of companies that are out there, because most of you that are watching this kind of a video, you're wondering, well, why should I choose Scentsy? What's the difference between all these other products and direct sales company? And it's a very valid question. I mentioned in the last video that, I did my research, and even though I really only researched those two specific types of product as far as becoming a consultant of them. After becoming a consultant and definitely building a business and a sponsor and director of the company, I felt it was my duty to kind of do the research of, all the other different companies. Now, I do not want to disclose anymore. Those other two companies were just examples. Everybody knows them. Again, I'm not speaking bad of them by any means. They have been around for as many years as they have for a reason. And, everybody has their thing. But when I look at, longevity in a company, and something that gives you also a bigger market. Now, those other companies that I mentioned in the last video definitely proves that you could still run a business and build a business off of having one market. Absolutely. But why have something that is solely on one market when you can tap into the entire, community per se of, your industry of selling and direct sales as a business? That's just what I'm getting at today. So I mentioned a little bit about some other products, like, for instance, like vitamins and health products, which is a very popular. Obviously, I am huge on health. Obviously, I went to the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within seminar, Live with Passion, and it literally transformed my life, because he showed me a different way of looking at food and nutrition and how the body actually works. So I'm big on, really taking care of your body, eating the right things. In this shaker right here, I have greens and reds, which is vegetables and fruits, all in here. And so I definitely invest in those products. Now, as far as a business, though, hold that thought. It's actually very good. It takes a very strong decision and life-changing decision and a degree of self-discipline in order to make a life change, as far as treating your body differently, eating different foods, drinking your greens every day, things like that, drinking more water. Like, I always have a bottle of water and my greens, and I fill this up several times a day, just so I know I'm getting my water intake, because it all combines, everyone. You guys are probably thinking, okay, now she's doing a health video. Well, guess what, guys? It all intertwines. To be successful in anything, I don't care what you do, who you are, how old you are, if you're not taking care of this, you're not going to be able to produce in life and utilize every hour of your day to the best of your ability, because you're going to poop out fast. Your energy is going to drain faster. You're going to need more sleep than you would if you took care of yourself, which, they always say the early bird gets the worm, right? So if you're sleeping in 3 hours extra, that's 3 hours of production of your life, of grooming yourself, of taking care of your house, of getting stuff done with your business, whatever that may be, time with your family, whatever that may be. If you are not healthy enough to get up early and get things done, you will feel like there's never enough time in the day. That's just a fact. Okay. But when you start to take care of yourself and you realize that everything intertwines, you will find, excuse me, that everything's possible. You can have everything that you're looking for and desiring in life. That's just a fact. But it does take effort, and it does take self-discipline you have to develop. So let's get back to self-discipline. Unfortunately, the average person does not have the level of self-discipline in order to stay committed to a health regimen. Sorry, my nose is itching. It's probably because somebody's talking about me. Isn't that little wives' tale, or, you know, whatever, saying that when your nose itches or something that people are talking about you? Excuse me. My nose is really itching. And I gave all my tissues away yesterday. Oh, here's a paper towel. Okay. Let me just, okay. Hey, like I said, I'm going to be transparent, right? My nose is all red now. Anyways, so health food products as a business sounds like a slam dunk, right? I spend probably about between $30 to $60 in a month between my husband and I with our greens, just our greens and our reds, okay? So when you think about it, when another company comes to you and says, hey, for your own consumption every single month, you know, get yourself on an auto ship, you are going to be utilizing it anyways. Makes sense, right? Makes sense on the surface. But when you think about it, the average person is going to commit for so long. And then, unfortunately, economic situations come about. You know, their tires are flat. They need brand new tires. They have $1,000 they need to put into their tires of their car. Guess what stops first? Their auto ship, right? And then they never get back on it because they start to get away from their commitment and their way of life. And so a company that relies solely, your income solely on having people signed up on a auto ship, it's constantly running and finding like a gerbil in a ball, trying to find those new people. So eventually, there's no leverage that you're really creating. You're always looking for a new customer. And although you may hit or miss and find some good clients that are strict and are on a good regimen and know the benefit of not supplementing your health for, you know, going to get your tires fixed or whatever, and finding another way around it to get those tires paid, they're few and far between. Let's just face it. Okay. On another standpoint, as far as your business as the consultant, the majority of those companies do require you to be placing specific orders every single month. Every month you have to place an order of a minimum amount every single month. And that can get taxing on the income and even on your clients, because you know that you are in that sense of urgency to have to make a sale in order to basically stay afloat. You're just treading water. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose my business. I'm gonna lose my business. Majority of us, you're getting a regular auto ship on a regular month. A lot of clients and consultants find themselves swarming in all this product, because here's another thing. They may be financially able to keep up with it, but they're not committed to taking it every single month, every day, the way they're supposed to. So they're not consuming the product the way they regularly should in order to be ready for that next shipment, that next following month. Okay. So that's just the reality. And so what happens? They have boxes and boxes of all your product, and they go, oh, I have enough for a year. I don't need any of this. So they stop their auto ship. You realize that I don't need any more. And I just can't put another X amount of dollars in my business anymore because I don't need this stuff. I've got plenty. I'm not committed to it. I don't take it every day, even though I should. And I've been educated from my company of why. But in the end, sorry, guys, the average person does not have enough self-discipline because they have not developed it. They have not intentionally developed it. Now, is it more likely for the consultant to develop that discipline? Probably, because you're being educated by your company. I will say most direct sales companies do invest in their consultants of some sort to train you on your product and why people you should use it. At least I hope so. I've heard good things. But that can really hurt you as a consultant, especially when you're really trying to make money, when you're doing this to really help with your livelihood. You shouldn't have to be personally putting into your business every single month in order to just stay a consultant. That's not making money. Scentsy, our company, our owner and CEO, Orville Thompson, he says, Scentsy wants you to spend your Scentsy money on your family, not your family money on Scentsy. That is a motto that they live by. They don't want us stocking up on products that we can't consume or use or sell off. They don't want that. They want this company to add to your life, not hurt you and get behind. It is very intentional with how they structure this business and how we train our consultants, because we don't want you to be successful technically, being the top in sales and, things like that because you're consuming it all. That's not selling. That's not creating an income. That's not creating a profit. That is you're going behind the bottom line, right? It's hurting your bottom line. So that's another reason why Scentsy is so, they care about you as a human being, not just you as a dollar sign. I may have mentioned this in my last video. I definitely mentioned it in a couple videos before when I was talking about our incentive trips on how to earn it and how to mentally prepare for it. I think that's the one I talked about. That Scentsy is completely 100% paid off. So everything they do is for us. They add, when you join a company, direct sales company, and you start to build a team, you have the ability to receive a sponsoring bonus when you help people join and then you assist them with their goals and producing their production and their growth. That you're being compensated for your time, because that takes time to put into other people, and time is the most valuable thing. And Scentsy understands that you know what, if you're gonna, on your own free will, not knowing whether they're going to do anything with it or not, you're going to take your time out of your business and your family time and assist this person with the hopes that they'll actually utilize the assistance and do something and grow themselves as a person and as a business. They compensate you with that, with a sponsoring bonus. Now, here's the thing. There are requirements in order to receive those sponsoring bonuses. We can't just write in and say, I had an appointment with Cindy Sue, I should receive that sponsoring bonus. We still have minimum requirements to sell a certain amount, a minimum every month as a sponsor. Because what does that do? It holds the integrity as a sponsor. Instead of us kicking back, oh, I got a team and they're working, and I put my feet up and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna just collect paychecks. How inspiring is that, right? I know that would discourage me as a consultant. So it makes sure that we are actively working our business, actively doing the same things that we're asking our team members to do, I'm sure you've worked for a company and you've had a bad manager. They love to shoot orders and tell you what you need to be doing, but meanwhile, they wouldn't do it themselves, or they don't even know how to do it themselves. Well, the integrity of Scentsy is we are doing what you're doing. We're locking arms and we're just trucking along on the journey with you, doing exactly what you're doing, but we're just a little bit ahead because we joined the journey sooner. So now we get to share our experiences. But the sponsoring bonuses, if we don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Now I'm going to say meet those requirements. There we go. Every single month, in order to be paid as that title and off your downline, those are called overrides. Overrides. Okay, so all that money that would be going to you as a sponsoring bonus, if you do not make that minimum requirement, that's all just money floating in the air. Okay, that the company has nowhere to put towards that. They can't give it to you because you didn't earn it that month. Guess what they do? This specific company, I don't know, I'll be honest, I don't know how the other companies work, but I can say that Scentsy does hold up to their core value of generosity. They put those overrides into our annual training conferences, which we call Scentsy Family Reunion. They put them into leadership programs, retreats that all of the leaders, directors, and above, and people that earn their opportunity to go there, which they let anybody have an opportunity to be trained at these leaderships. Even if you were below director status, they give you an opportunity to earn that for free. But what they do is they put those overrides into those programs so they can bring those people that are hungry and wanting to grow to those conferences. And they put them into our incentive trips, like the South African safari that we're going to go to next year, to Punta Cana, all those places, and they make them amazing. Amazing. They don't just send you to Punta Cana. They give us these very detailed, very thought out special gifts that are memorable. What are they called? Oh gosh, I've been going blank today. Like commemorative products that mean something to you, that brings you back to that moment. Here is one of them, just one of them, okay? I have a ton. They're all downstairs in my little memorabilia, but I keep this one with me. This one was just from our last trip to Disney World. So this says, "A world where wishes come true, Scentsy Family Incentive 2016. What this is inside, it's cute. I love the tin itself. But then they have a little note here for us. It says, ever since its creation for the New York World Fair in 1964, and even before a version of the ride opened in 1971 in Walt Disney World's Resort Fantasyland, It's a Small World has been an iconic representation of the magic of Disney and the power of break down cultural barriers. The familiar song and its message of the universal acceptance remains as relevant today as ever, as relevant as today as ever." And it says, "Join us. We explore the beauty of the world as seen through the lens of Disney's international cast of beloved characters." And this says, date Friday, June 10th, 2016. Location, Epcot Showplace Event Pavilion, attire casual. So this was our invitation to our farewell dinner. And guess what they put inside, guys? They put a little music box inside. I'm going to play it with you guys. So every time I'm able to play this, it will bring me back to my experience that I had with my entire family in Disney World. For the first time, my entire family never been to Disneyland before. And so we get to I'm emotional. You guys know that. I'm going to cry again because it does bring me back to that amazing moment that this was on my dream board, guys. I can bring it over here and show you if you want. And that dream, Scentsy made that dream come true. Now, does other direct sales companies have, incentive trips? Absolutely. They're in direct sales. They know that's what inspires people to work hard. Okay. But I know that the specific structure of the things that we must be doing actively, all of us, in order to earn these trips, are to teach us the direct sales business to be successful. And the most amazing part of that structure is that it makes sure that seasoned consultants that have a downline, that built a team like me, are still doing those things. We're not earning points just because our team's working their butts off. We have to earn it just like everybody else. And I have to say, sometimes it's harder for us too, because we've already earned points by, promoting to a larger title, which gives you the most points. So this company and this specific product, everything is intentional. And all the intentions is to show you a way of life. They promote health. We have a wellness program with Scentsy. At our reunion, they had a whole program for everybody to to challenge ourselves by this time next year at reunion, to goal ourselves to be healthier, be at our ideal weight, have more energy. And we have a group page that's focused on that to support each other as again, a sisterhood. It makes you see life in a different lens. If you've seen my story on, that I shared on stage in 2015 at our annual reunion, it lets you see life in a different way. They teach us concepts, life concepts, not just, how to sell a Scentsy warmer or how to, upsell on a Scentsy warmer. These are not concepts. They're priceless concepts. They're not concepts that you can just go to a sales training and learn the business. They go above and beyond to teach you to be the best person you can be. And guess what that does, guys? That builds the business because you're authentic. You're being you. You're being genuine. And your passion, live with passion, right? Your passion becomes transparent to everybody around you. And they want to support your business, your product, your opportunity to host, or which is amazing, the host products I talked about before, and your business opportunity. So if you are, hesitant thinking that, well, oh, wow, I've had somebody say, well, do I have to recruit in order to be successful? I'm here to tell you, if you don't want to recruit, that means you don't want to ever create leverage in your business, and you want to work your butt off for the rest of your life. You might as well stay working for somebody else, because there's always a cap in working for somebody else. And here's the thing, even though you're an independent consultant, you are working harder than somebody that has a team working with them. And you can only sell and make so much that you sell every month. So if you want to be working your butt off every single night, every single day for the rest of your life, go ahead, sell away. But you can learn the ways of the business and build that leverage with partnering in and offering this opportunity to other people to help them. This can help them. So don't think about just it in what's going to benefit you. Whether you want to support and mentor somebody or not, you can offer this opportunity, and guess what? There's somebody else like me that wants to help and support. And you can continue to do what you're doing, but guess what? You're going to have the opportunity to reap the benefits of building a team and offering the opportunity. So can you maximize and truly, receive the true potential of this business without recruiting? I don't believe so. No. You know why? Because building a team is creating a family, and you can make as much money as you want. Take away the compensation plan as far as, maximizing that with recruiting. If you're doing it alone, Tony Robbins says it's lonely at the top. You get to the top of the highest mountain, you've climbed it, you've achieved it. Most people feel like jumping off the other side. Why? Because they're alone and they have nobody to share it with. So building a team is so you all can do this together, root each other on, celebrate together, experience things together. Meanwhile, the direct sales compensation plan and Scentsy specific compensation plan promotes you to be able to create a financial living while supporting and creating relationships with all these amazing people. It's a slam dunk, no-brainer to me. That's why I didn't have to look anywhere else. And I was able to build a business with no experience in direct sales, no understanding. I hosted one party a year before I joined Scentsy, and I never had hosted before. I never bought from a direct sales company before. I was brand new to everything. And so if I can get as far as I've gotten in this business on a personal level and a professional level, anybody can. I'm here to tell you that. You just have to be willing and ready to jump on board and ready to be loved. Ready to be loved, because this company loves you and supports you and is surrounded by and attracts the most amazingly dynamic, ambitious, caring, charismatic people on the planet. Hands down. Hands down. So I can't wait to get you started and call you my Scentsy sister or Scentsy brother. And again, subscribe to my videos. Ask me questions, guys. If I'm not covering things, if I'm offering something and I forget, like I did the last video, call me on it. Say, Jess, you didn't talk about this. What about this? If you want to challenge me, challenge me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. And if I don't know it, I'll know where to find it. So here's to the journey ahead. Have a sensational day. Bye.